close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful smoky, shimmery, really flirtatious kind of smoky peachy eye makeup. How I got about doing this, why I did this, what products I used. You'll get to know everything. All the products that I'm using will be in the description box and they will have links so that if you guys want to buy them you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, today's makeup is really special because I think this might be the first makeup tutorial that I'm filming and that I'm uploading since I've been on my 6-month-long kind of break from YouTube when life kind of took over. So I'm very excited about this. Also, this is using one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palettes, and which is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. All the makeup that I'm wearing today is really something that I love, which is why I carried it with me for my relatively open-ended trip to Delhi from Hyderabad. During quarantine, I'm working from home from my parents' place, so this is where I am. But yeah, the makeup that I really love is the only makeup that I got with me, and this is using all of that. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. If you have any video suggestions for me, or if there's any special kind of look that you want me to show you how to do, just put it down in the comments for me. And you know guys, the more you interact with my video, the more you like things, the more you subscribe to my channel, it really does help take my channel a really long way. So I'm very grateful to you for your support. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get on with the video. Okay you guys, so the only reason I have included this particular step in my routine is that I want to show you how glossy my curls look and how well defined they are, and to tell you that I'm going to be doing a video on how I get my curls to look like that really soon. I always start my makeup with some moisturizer, and the Nivea Soft Light Moisturizer is just the one that I had on hand. It's not my favorite. I didn't even have any eye cream, so I just used that very lightly, but you can go ahead and use the skincare that works for you. I'm priming with the Faces Ultime Pro Setting Spray, and I'm using a generous amount, and I'm going to let it kind of set and dry a little bit so that it gets tacky, and then I can move on to my foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and it is such a beautiful foundation you guys, and it works really well with this brush that I'm using from Real Techniques, and it's their contour brush. I think one of their contour brushes, but it's the fluffy one, and it works very well with foundation. On top of that, I'm going very light-handedly with this concealer. It's from Maybelline, the Instant Age Rewind, and I'm using that not really to conceal but to highlight under my eyes and also to prime my eyes for eyeshadow a little bit later. To blend my concealer everywhere that I applied it, I'm using the Real Techniques setting brush. It's a tiny brush that you work in small sections with, and it blends and smooths the concealer really beautifully. And then I'm going in with the Fit Me Loose powder to set everywhere that I had concealed. Not all over my face, only where the concealer can crease, and I'm also setting my eyes with it so that they're primed and ready. The contour that I'm using is the K-Beauty contour stick, and वैसे तो you have a decent amount of playtime with it, but I highly recommend like applying it in one part and blending it and then moving on to the next one, just because it just gives you a little bit of extra playtime and it works better that way. Of course, going back in with a little bit of concealer to highlight the bridge of my nose and blend it in place. When contouring your cheekbones, trace a line from the top of your ear, start there and draw a straight line down in the direction of your lip and stop somewhere at the edge of your eye. And then of course I like to make this T kind of thing on the perimeter and blend with a stiff contour brush. This one is from Wet n Wild, and
Once you're done blending, you want to go in with your foundation brush like you see me do, and make sure that the foundation and the contour just blend well together, so you can't tell where one starts and where the other ends. And just look at the difference contouring can make to the side of your face. It's beautiful. Setting my whole face very lightly with the Fit Me Compact and this fluffy blush brush from Real Techniques. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm using that to lightly contour my jawline. This is the only thing I'm using for my jawline, but I'm also using this on a Real Techniques contour brush to set wherever I had contoured with the cream contour before. When you're doing your nose, make sure you hold the brush from the very edge and use minimum product so that you can set without making your nose too muddy. This is the Milani Rose blush, and you can tell that I've distorted the rose because I love it so much. It's in the shade Tea Rose, and it's the most beautiful dusty rose blush that you can find. It's just gorgeous. The Kiko Long Lasting Wet and Dry Eyeshadow makes for the most beautiful highlight. This is the shade 208 and it's the only one I own, but it's just so gorgeous to use as a highlight with this fan brush set. I mean, it has my heart. It is my ride or die favorite golden highlighter these days. Okay, base is done. Let's lock it in place with a lot of setting spray and move on to the eyes. Let's zoom in and start with the eyebrows. This is a 2-in-1 felt tip liner and eyebrow pencil from Miniso, and it's a little too warm for me, but it's so good for travel and that I can blend it out with just my fingertips. So I decided to carry this with me when I'm traveling. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just filling it in after lining really lightly, and I'm just going to blend with the tips of my fingers.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways.
To set my brow hairs in place and to blend the eyebrow that I just put on, I'm using the Nykaa brow gel, and look at how fluffy and like voluminous it makes my eyebrows. I really like this product. Jumping straight into eyeshadow, I'm using the shade Georgia, and I'm applying that into my crease with the very tips of this brush to lay down the first transition shade. Once I'm happy with the pigmentation, I'm going into Puree with the same brush and intensifying the crease. I'm also going to be dragging this kind of warm brown shade a little bit down onto the lid space, and that's going to act as our first base color. Then I'm going into Summer Yum, this beautiful terracotta kind of reddish brown medium color, and I'm using this to define the shape that I want my eyeshadow to be in. I want a more rounded look. I don't want my eyeshadow to be pulled out like a cat eye too much, so I'm just very carefully blending that into place. Next, let's jump into Charmed, I'm sure, with a flat shader brush like this one, and start building the smoky brown color that we want on the outer half of the eyelid. So just build slowly and gradually till you're happy with the pigmentation and jump on to the next shade. Now let's blend this shade called Caramelized on top of Charmed, just so that we can soften the color a little bit. Now for some detail work, we're going to take the shade Bellini on a detail brush or a flat lip brush, and we're going to start carving out the inner half of our eyelid. This is the real fun work because this is the part that's going to be really glittery and it's going to give it that kind of rose gold peachy beautiful look. So you want to do that with a wet brush, and then once you've carved it out, I want to go back into Bellini and tap on this product so that it can be its glitteriest, glossiest Maximus. Before you forget, you need to do these exact same steps again on your lower lid. So go through the same colors with the same brush that you used on the upper lid and recreate a miniature version of this so that you can connect the lower lid and the upper lid, and so that it looks like a full cohesive look. Now let's get into this shade called Luscious. With the same brush, just wet it again, and this is going to be our inner corner highlight. Mix the shades White, Peach and Peaches and Cream on a fluffy blending brush like this one, and blend under your brow bone very lightly, just so that there are no harsh lines. Then load up the same brush with just White Peach, and you want to use that to give your brow bone a matte highlight. I'm using the felt tip side of my double-ended Miniso liner to make a bold line on my eyelids and a small wing.
No, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow.
Going in with this Kajal by Plum, I'm tight lining just my upper waterline and not my lower waterline, just the upper one, and then going in with some mascara. This is the Maybelline Hyper Curl mascara. You guys know how much I love it. It's one of my favorites, and I'm giving my lashes 2 proper coats, both on the upper lashes and the lower lashes. And with that, you guys, we finish off this sweet peach smoky makeup.
Melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat.
And you guys, this is the finished look. It wasn't very difficult to make, was it? It was all using one palette, and of course this is a very versatile palette, so I'm going to be showing you how to do other looks using this palette because it's one of my top 3 favorite palettes that I brought with me. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know if you recreate this. You can tag me on your Instagram when you follow this video and you recreate it. Do not forget to follow me on all of my social media. They are listed and linked in the description box, and they are up on the screen. My Instagram, my Facebook, and of course, you can email me whenever you like. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. I really hope you like this. Bye.